Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 VCA review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Altered Beast, which if you've never played it before, it's basically a side-scrolling beat-em-up. At the start, being an arcade game, you can actually change how many lives you've got, and you can even go as insane to have 240 lives per continue, and you can have, you can put up to 9 credits in, and as you lose credits you can add more. You can also change the difficulty, how many bits of energy you get, which is what power is, do demo sound or put free play on, and you can also change your controls. So you can set for Wii Remote, Classic Controller or GC Controller, and you can just, as I say, literally change whatever you want to do. You can even put a rapid fire type thing on and then change the rapid fire speed and that. And that's pretty much the options, to be fair. You can also change the volume. But then you just basically start the game. And that is some of the worst voice acting ever. But basically, it's just a side-scrolling beat-em-up. The whole point is you go left and right. You can punch, you can kick, so it's very basic. But you can also collect power-ups, which basically the first one gives you, well, look at the guy in the blue trunks. It gives you those after your punches and your kicks. Those like Sonic type things that power you up. The second one is literally just a graphical change. It makes you more muscly. And then the third one turns you into a beast. So to be fair, on co-op, pretty much the best strategy is to actually let one of you turn into a beast right away so you can protect the other, and so on and so on. Because when you're constantly trying to share them, yeah, you'll both have that kick thing right from the start, but if you're able to turn into a beast first, then it means it's really going to help you out. Although, not obviously there, probably because we're not really paying attention. But you go through the level, and you've got to both be a beast in order to fight the boss. If you're not both a beast, or if you're not a beast on one player, then it makes you go through the level again. It doesn't start you again, it just makes you go through again. So if one of you is a beast, it doesn't reset you or anything. You just go through again, fight the enemies, and try and turn into a beast. If you turn into a beast, then that's it, you get to fight the boss. You beat the boss, and there you go on to the next level. There's 5 levels overall, so not a lot to do, but it's the type of thing that it is quite replayable, especially with mates, because I know the game gets a lot of flack, and to be fair, it's not exactly the greatest game in the world, even I know that, but I do still quite like it, especially on co-op. It's one of those things that basically, well, I used to play it all the time as a kid, so it's got a nostalgia factor for me. So maybe that's all it is for me, it's just nostalgia. But I do still think that it is a fun game that's worth playing, and the only problem is really, compared to some of the other games you can get for the same price, it is a little more expensive, especially the fact that they released Space Harrier on the arcade, and it's less points than this, so I don't understand why they've done that, because Space Harrier is a much better game. But anyway, here's the first boss, so I'm just going to shut up and let you listen to a bit of the music while we fight him. And the only thing I will say is, there's 4 different beasts on the game, and they all have different powers. So there we go then, that was a bit of the music and beating the boss, and as you can see, you lose your powers at the end of the level, and then you also get a cutscene, to be fair, before the next level. But the reason you lose your powers is because it is literally 1 beast per level. And as I said before the music, you get 4 different beasts, because you use the wolf again on the 5th level. And basically, like, you saw the wolf's attacks, the dragon basically has electric attacks. It can do pretty much an electric fireball, and then it can do a type of shield type thing that hurts people. The bear turns things into rock and then just does a, well, kind of a spinny jump. The tiger basically does the same as the wolf's kick across the screen there, only it does it vertically. And it can still also do a fireball. And that's pretty much a downside to the arcade version. There's no way to select what beast you want for different levels. Because on the Mega Drive version, which, yes, was much slower, which is, to be fair, the only reason why we actually got the arcade version as well, because it's faster, at least for us in Europe, because it's 60 Hz this time. But on the Mega Drive version, you could actually choose which, you could unlock the ability to put which beasts on, so you could have the dragon on all 5 levels, or you could just, swap them around and stuff. So it's a bit of a disappointment that the arcade version doesn't have it. But other than that, I do still find it a fun game, and if you have to, well, if you want to buy an Altered Beast, this is probably the way to go for the speed, at least if you're in the EU with 50 Hz and that, because as I say, this is 60 Hz, so much faster. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least found it helpful. You might have noticed I didn't score the game. Well, that's because it's a matter of personal opinion, and yours may very well differ from my own. I'm just here to show you a bit about the game. If you like it or not, well, that's up to you. If you don't like it, or you do like it, feel free to comment. Also, if I haven't answered any of your questions that you may have had, I might have forgot something, or it might just be something obscure. Again, feel free to comment, ask, always willing to help out. Otherwise, if you don't like commenting on YouTube, head over to www.vc-forums.com, where you can chat with me and a bunch of other lads who love the VC, the WiiWare, and hell, even a lot of other systems. We cater to pretty much everything. You can just go there, have a chat about a game, ask about some games, etc. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.